Did you guys see? Did you guys see that guy get farted on in the Monster Hunter trailer? Like, I'm not kidding. That's actually the most memorable moment of this entire state of play for me. Like, it was one of the first things in the first trailer, and nothing else in the state of play topped that. 10 out of 10. So, that state of play was a disaster. Like, I'm not convinced that unless you were already going into this show expecting it to be awesome and thinking it was going to be awesome, like you went into the show predetermined that it was going to be awesome, unless you had that mindset, I really don't know what you were supposed to take away from that state of play, especially if you're someone like me who likes From Software games and would really love to play Bloodborne, and who saw the news about how the 60 FPS patch was being DMCA'd and how the demake was being DMCA'd and how all this was happening out of nowhere, but also coincidentally in 2025, which would be the 10th anniversary of Bloodborne, and then the state of play rolls around and there is absolutely no Bloodborne. And not only is there no Bloodborne, there's no anything. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing here. Did you see all the insider reports? Like, oh, we're gonna see a Greek God of War game. Oh, dude, we're gonna see some intergalactic here. Oh, dude, we're gonna hear about some PC ports of good games. Oh, dude, we're gonna see Venom. Oh, dude, we're gonna see Wolverine. And then State of Play comes around and they're like, listen, best I can do is Days Gone Remastered. Which is actually a thing, by the way. Days Gone Remastered is no longer a meme. It's real. Like, I don't know what you were supposed to take away from that as a PlayStation guy. And if you're not a PlayStation guy, I don't know why you would ever even think about becoming one after that. Because isn't the whole point of these presentations to like hype up the player base, hype up the audience that you have, and be like, yes, here's a reminder of why you're on this platform and not a different one. Here's another reminder. Here's another reminder. Like, I thought that was supposed to be the point of these. Or at the very least, now that basically every company in the gaming industry is multi-platform, now that exclusives aren't really that much of a thing anymore, I don't think there was a single actual exclusive game on the entire state of play. Everything there was either going to Xbox or Switch or PC. Like, nothing there was a true PlayStation exclusive. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm a PC player. I don't give a shit about console exclusives anymore. I haven't for a long time. But if that's the case, then you really got to establish yourself as like a strong publisher. You know, that's kind of what Microsoft's been doing. The Microsoft is fully aware of the fact that no one expects Xbox console exclusives from them anymore, so they're trying to prop themselves up as a strong publisher. But really, all State of Play was just a bunch of third-party stuff, a couple remasters and PC ports, and that was it. The only big, like, PlayStation Studios, like, first-party PlayStation thing, the only, like, real first-party PlayStation thing that was shown off was that Returnal follow-up, which looks interesting, but also is not coming until next year, and they haven't shown a single second of gameplay, so I don't even think we should count that. In before, oh, you just hate PlayStation. I say this about everyone. If you're not gonna show me gameplay, I just don't care, because I'm a consumer of video games. Video games, not videos, video games. If you don't show me gameplay, I'm withholding my benefit of the doubt. And that's what's bothering me. PlayStation is in kind of dire straits right now in terms of their status as a publisher, in terms of their status as a good pro-consumer or at least like moderate consumer company. They've been jacking up the price of everything. They've been absolutely refusing to listen to what people actually want from them and the IP that they're just sitting on. They've been doing the most brain-dead nonsense with their PC ports. This is coming right off the heels of them just going dark on PSN for like a full day and then still not offering an explanation. Oh, but don't worry, they're giving you 5 extra days. They're giving you 5 extra days that might go down. That's the compensation. They won't tell you why PSN went down, but they will give you 5 extra days where PSN might go down again. Cha-ching. And like going into this state of play, I expected very little. I expected a couple third-party announcements, which we got, but I didn't really super care about third-party announcements because third-party announcements can happen anytime, anywhere. They're not bound to these first-party showcases. And with PlayStation as a first-party publisher and as a first-party manufacturer, with them being in such a shitty place recently, they really needed to bring their A game. They really needed to show us that 2025 was going to turn things around. 2025 was going to be awesome. And it's not like they have nothing cooking, you know what I mean? We know about the Ghost of Tsushima sequel, that's been announced. Why didn't you show gameplay? We know there's been a Wolverine game in development for years now, and we know it's pretty far into development because there was a giant gameplay leak. Why didn't you show that? We know Insomniac also has a Venom spin-off game because that also leaked, and also Tony Todd, God rest his soul, kind of spilled the beans on that around the Spider-Man 2 release when he just openly said that 90% of his dialogue was not used for Spider-Man 2. So like, obviously Insomniac's been cooking something else with the Venom arc of their Spider-Man series. Where was that? You announced Intergalactic not too long ago, but we're just not allowed to see anything more of that. There's allegedly a handful of different Horizon projects in the works that absolutely no one asked for, but you didn't want to show those. And also in before, oh, no one asked for them, why do you want to see them? No one asked for any of this. Like whether or not people actually asked for something is clearly not important to whether or not Sony makes it, which is also why the things that people do ask for go completely ignored. There was so much hype around just the idea of a Norse era God of War game, or a prequel or a re-release. Nope, can't have that. We can't have old God of War because you need new God of War. You need God of War to be a sad, broody dad. You can't have God of War be a big, fast-paced, bloody slasher. What's that? Ninja Gaiden 2 Black did gangbusters? What's that? Hype for Ninja Gaiden 4 is through the roof? Nah, we can't counter with our own classic hack and slash series that everybody wants from us. Get out of here with that. You need to have the camera over the main character's right shoulder in order for it to be a real game. We're Sony. Give us money. And Days Gone Remastered. Days Gone Remastered. That's the best you could do? That's the best you could do. I know Sony insists on remastering absolutely everything from the PS4 era. There's another game from the PS4 era, Sony, that I wonder if people would be interested in a remaster of a different game from the PS4 era. I wonder if people would give you money for that. It just amazes me that people associated with Sony will come out and say nonsense like this, that like, oh, budgets are so high, we need to do remasters and re-releases to justify budgets of single player games. And then they will actively ignore the single player remasters and re-releases that would do gangbusters. Like, why? Because they're not cinematic enough? That's the only reason I can think of. The only reason I can think of as to why games like Infamous and Bloodborne and the classic God of War games and games like Sly Cooper, games like the old Jak and Daxter games, the old Ratchet and Clank games, all of these games, the fucking Resistance games, the fucking Killzone games, all of these games that you're just sitting on and doing nothing with while insisting that you need to remaster and re-release everything possible. You have this giant list of games that could be remastered, could be re-released, and you are actively choosing to ignore them in favor of a remaster of a PS4 game that still looks fantastic. Budgets are too high, games are too expensive, we need to be making more money off of older properties in order to justify the continued development of new properties, but also, we are refusing to make easy money off the properties people actually care about. And the only reason I can think of is that they're not cinematic enough. These games that people actually want, they don't fit the modern Sony mold. Because every single Sony exclusive game now, every single one of them looks like they could all coexist in the same universe. Because they all look the same. I've said this before, but you could take Ellie from The Last of Us, put her in modern New York street clothes, and put her in Spider-Man 2, and no one would notice. She would not stick out. That's not a good thing. You could take any of the characters from the Horizon series, put them in Norse-era clothing, throw them into God of War Ragnarok, nobody would notice. They would not stick out. That's not a good thing. These games are all visually interchangeable. And I think that's a main reason why we're not getting remasters of these older games that people actually care about, because they would stick out. They would stick out in the PlayStation exclusive template, where everything's a third-person action cinematic adventure with stealth and crafting. Not everyone wants that. And the appeal for games like that is rapidly falling, as evidenced by the fact that, what was that game? That game that I cannot remember the name of. The game that just looks like GTA Cyberpunk, and it looks horrendously bad. Like, I was shocked this was even shown off. This looks like an asset flip game. I don't mean to be mean to these developers. I think they're a newer studio. I really don't mean to be harsh on them right now, because the cutscenes look great. The animations in the cutscenes look great. All of the gameplay looks like pure garbage. There is absolutely no feedback on the weapons being fired. The only gameplay, it seems, is just firing realistic weapons at realistic looking enemies with realistic vehicles. It's just GTA combat. And that's not a good thing because GTA combat has been outdated for like 15 years. GTA gets away with that because of all the other things in GTA. This doesn't have any of the things in GTA. It just looks like a bunch of overdramatic sci-fi cutscenes spliced in with the most basic GTA clone gameplay ever. Remember this video I made? Remember this video I made about how GTA 6 has too much power right now? And one of my main points was that the hype, like this perpetual hype around GTA 6 is going to lead to a bunch of lazy AAA GTA clones. Oh my goodness. Have I ever been more right and more predictive than I was in that video? We're in for another like 5-10 years of this, because of how much power this fucking industry has given Grand Theft Auto. Get ready for a whole bunch more games with really dramatic cutscenes and really well-made character models, and then it looks like a fucking Unreal Engine asset flip the second you take control, and the gameplay is just GTA 5. Mark my words, we're getting a lot more of this over the next decade, and it's all because you decided to give way too much power to a game that doesn't even have official gameplay yet. I do not understand why the industry propped GTA up so hard. I do not get it. But we're about to feel the consequences of that because development times are now catching up with the trends of 5 years ago. And all of this with no Bloodborne, no Demon's Souls, no God of War, no Uncharted remakes or re-releases. Those were rumored too. No Uncharted. Astrobot did an amazing job at reminding people that Sony used to be really good at 3D platformers, but fuck yourself if you want another 3D platformer. Pause, bro. While I was editing this video, PlayStation announced via Twitter that Astrobot's getting new levels. Why do they do this? Every single time, every single state of play, they save one of the best announcements, if not the best announcement, for Twitter the next day. Why do you always do this? You can have Sonic Racers, though. You can have Sonic Racers. Are you excited for Sonic Racers, my friend? The series about characters whose whole thing is that they run really fast, but we're putting them in cars so they can race. Wow, these characters sure can run really fast. We better put them all in cars to see who's the fastest. I just can't. You know? I don't understand. So, listen. I'm tired, boss. I'm just gonna do the Doofus Club shoutouts now, and we're gonna live with it. Okay? But if there's one flippin' thing that you can take away from this, it's that Sony has no clue what they're doing. I cannot believe this is where we're at with Sony as a publisher. And if you continue giving Sony all the money that they ask of you, if you just continue doing that, I just don't know anymore. Okay, it's Doofus Club time. Okay, Anurag Gupta of Binary Deviant, Zombie Fan, if you read this, you gay. Klepto Penguin, Furry Raptor 1, Stoico, Partial Mean 8, Wild Gamer 3001, GWXSS, Frito Sandwich, Doom Kaiju, Rasp the Wolf, Evan Coast, Sad Ufredo, OK Toodles, Tech Gaming, Jungle Zone, Slim Jim, Carlos, Josue Hernandez, Jaramillo, Really Zerd Gaming with Dead People, Bender Fondue, All Games Video, Mad Rocks 2682, Neon Alec, Max Skill V2 Gaming, Biscuit 1101, Firestorm 2056, Yogster from Horizon Forbidden West Remastered. Horizon Remastered is no longer the dumbest remaster in Sony's library. Woo! Days gone, days gone, days gone. Pro Raphael the Rat King, Jessica Shepard, Joe, I'm sorry, I'm buying a MacBook and an iPhone. Blast 1314, Ricky Spiral, Ricky Tiki Tabby, and Omega Muskie Tech Manix, I forgot to cancel, and now I can't buy a house. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Karumi the Steel Angel, Keep on Doofing Smash Jump, Sergeant Jason Bond, Baron von Vaterham, the Silver Dragon, changed my name to help Joe pad his runtime. Cyrus, forgot to cancel, and now I can't afford a motorcycle. I'm just the fucking Monopoly man over here. I'm robbing every single one of you of your life savings, 99 cents a month at a time. True Texican, 940 cents of Nakage. Joe, what was my last name? You remembered, right? Nope. Hanoka's number 1 Saudi fan, Creed Warrior 23, Max Itchev. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this. Beep, 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 slash, beep, 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 beep. The chap, Morse code. Totally Insane, Vendetta Autry, Black Cobra, Non Voila, Voxalto, Knight of Cypher, Cloaked Onyx, Ninnox, Reborn Me with the fan art, Nick, ML04. I own 6 copies of Click 2006 on Blu-ray. What the fan art, Joe from Seattle's Fursuit Dealer, Wolf of Midnight, Stick Rider, The Cunt Connoisseur, Pig Venus, Kev Dog 1992, Steve Wen Studios, Phil McCracken, The Beastums, OM Gaming, Tariq Brown, Thomas Spokane, Hero Culture, Pookie Bear, who drove from Seattle, has a really big peen, Thornskate, Maganek, X Machina Gamma, Severin Evans, Mr. Spawning 03, It's the Catalina, Frickin' Wine, Mixer Pow Pow, Why Trouble, Donnie Weston, Nick Donegan, Gob Gobson, Rogue Winter 919, Bobby Hinner, The Doug Niggsy, Grimsy, Gej Gosh, Bjen Shish Shik, Skievich, Hangman for Hire, Neld Nundin Noblin, fucking Jesus, wow. Edge Knight 1789, Frost Crystal, Jimmy Chops, Biogenesis, Yeah I Camp, So, Ian in Action, Poppy Pingus 97, Michael Musial, Mega Key, Kushka, The Scruffy Skull, Ghost Ho, Ryusagi, JoJo 6, Fast Growth, Femtega, Raptor 10, I'm a Step 94, Mr. Self-Destruct, Blue Hook, Joe Remasters videos faster than Sony does games, ayo! 15,000 wasps in a trench coat, waiting outside, Snorlax, I love my 1TB OLED Steam Deck, Jody Breeze, The Almond God, JTEX Doom Gameplay, Demetrius Papagiorno, Mick Advertisement, Diego Garcia, Hey It's Maddie, Kibikins, Boofner, I American Idiot, Rebel Blood 80, and Wayne Horton. Joe, plug the Discord right now. P.S. You're a fury. You're a fury. Wow. I'm a furious that you're not in discord.gg/doofus. Console Sims Tears, Henthai, RDR2 is goated. Changed my mind. It's boring and I don't like it. Consider your mind changed. Justin Mab, Ran Roy, Tooney Wayne, The Highlander was a documentary, Extreme the Wolf 7, Joey Scoops, Puntane, Joe Taku, I'm the Decoy from JTech TV's Doom video, Help, Geekstar, Wannabe Hobo, Jidge, Westa, Bill 310 Char, Rob C, Veg, The Groovy Banana, Curtin Allen's Pack, The Scrum Master, everyone above me is a doofus. I wonder if you're ever going to be higher in the list. I actually don't know how, like when I download the names, I actually don't understand the order in which they're downloaded. I'm not actually sure if you will ever be higher than the bottom. I feel like you should be at some point because I feel like some of these names are switching around for reasons I don't understand. Golly, okay. Sony, what are you doing? Okay, Toodles.